Hi, my name's Ashton, and welcome back to Ashton's EDC. Today, I'm going to be sharing and showing off my flashlight collection. Over the past couple of years, I've really gotten into flashlights, so I've gathered quite a few different types of models from different brands and different styles. So today, I'm going to share each one with you that I have in my collection. To start off with, I'll show you how I store my flashlights. Currently, I store them in this hard, kind of pelican style case. Let's see if I can show it on camera. It is pretty deep. It does use these latches here on the front to secure it closed. It has the foam insert here on the top, and it does have the pick and pluck foam that it uses. If I tilt this, you should be able to see some of the lights poking out there. So I'll be going through each one in here, plus a couple of others, and once I have the case emptied, I'll show you how each flashlight is stored inside of the case. So first off, I have the Olight Javelot Mini. This is a recently acquired light for myself, and fairly recent to Olight, the brand as well, recently released. It's a pretty interesting little light, quite compact. It does come with a hard kind of sheath clip, but usually I just have it like this, put it in my backpack, something like that. It does have the tail button here, which is also where you can use the proprietary magnetic charging cable used by the majority of Olight flashlights. This flashlight is what's considered a thrower or a spotlight. So as you can see, it has a fairly wide lens with a deep reflector, if you can see down in there, which means that when in use, it shoots out a pretty good spotlight. I'm not sure if you can see that maybe on my shirt. It has a pretty warm spot in the middle, not very much flood. This light has two modes, both accessed using the tail switch. By doing a half press or a soft press, you can access the low mode, and a full press you can access the high mode. It is rechargeable. This flashlight uses an Olight, I believe, 18500 battery. Yeah, 2040 milliamp hours. You can see right there. I don't believe that this is interchangeable with any other battery, so if you do have some other 18500, you aren't able to swap those in. But it is rechargeable with the cable that is included in the box. So that's the Olight Javelot Mini. Moving on, I have the Olight i5R EOS. Now I do actually have 3 other versions of these, so I'm just going to pull those out of the case now. So as you can see here, I just have a plain black version. Here I have a purple version, which has a dragon and phoenix design kind of engraved on there. It's hard to see, but you can see it has some texturing right there. And then I have this one in copper. The i5R is a really nice flashlight from Olight. It just has 2 modes. I believe it's 30 lumens and 350 lumens or something like that, but a low and a high. Accessed by the tail switch here. Press once. Let's see here. Oh, seems like the battery in this one is dead, so I'll try another one to test it. Alright, one more time. There we go. So press once, it brings you onto the low, and then by pressing off and on again, it brings you to the high mode. So that's the Olight i5R EOS. Next up, another light from Olight. This is the Baton 3 Pro. This is the version I have here is in the OD green with the light temperature of 5000 K or 5000 Kelvin, which is a neutral white light. This one is just using the side switch here, single press to turn on, press and hold to cycle through the different modes. Really nice flashlight here, pretty compact, good size, has a nice deep carry clip, really nice EDC flashlight from Olight. Alright, moving on, here we have a different brand. This is from Wurkkos. This is the Wurkkos WK03. Wurkkos, similar to Olight, they have sales on their website all the time. So if you're wanting to pick up either an Olight or Wurkkos flashlight, make sure to check their website directly because they do always have sales going on. So I've had this one for quite a while now, but when I bought it, it was during one of their sales, so I was able to get it for around $15 or so. But it's a really nice EDC light. Has a clip here. I do wish it was a bit more deep carry, but it still works. It is USB-C rechargeable here on the back and operates by using this side switch. So single press to turn on, press and hold to cycle through the modes, low, medium, and high. And then I believe double click brings you into turbo. And single click to turn off. Really nice flashlight from Wurkkos. Next, another light from Wurkkos. This is the HD20. This is a really unique light from Wurkkos for a couple of reasons. To start, it is a 90-degree flashlight, so as you can see, the light will come out from the side versus from the top, like most lights. Another unique feature is that it has two lenses here, as you can see, and each one serves a different function. So if I turn it on, currently they're both working, but you can choose which light you want to use. So by doing a double press, so press once and then the second time hold, it will switch. So now, let's see, now it's using this top light, which is a spotlight. So if I kind of use my shirt here as an example, you can see it really just focuses on one area. And then you can switch it to the other, which is more of a floodlight. Or you can have a combination of both to have a bit of spot and a bit of flood. Really unique light from Wurkkos. It does come with a head strap as well, so you can use it as a headlamp. And another really interesting feature is that this has what's called a reverse charging capability. So this battery, if I open it up here, I can show you it has quite a large capacity. It's using a 21700 5000 milliamp hour. And so as a result of that, and along with the USB-C port here on the back, right there, you can use this to charge other devices. So if you have a USB-C port to, in my case, USB-C for my phone, I can charge my phone using the battery from this flashlight. Really unique addition that Wurkkos has included in some of their flashlights. Next up, I have the Olight Arkfeld. I do have two versions of the Arkfeld, so I'll pull the other one out here as well at the same time. This one in orange, and then of course this one here in black. The Arkfeld is a really unique flashlight from Olight. As you can see here, it does have this switch on the side. It is a bit easier to see on the black one, so you can switch from the regular light mode to the laser mode. So the regular light mode, you just press the button here, click once to turn it on, press and hold to cycle through the different modes. And then if you wanted to use the green laser, you flick the switch. Let's see here. Flick the switch, and then it will turn into the laser mode. And the same is true on the orange version here as well. The only difference between the two of these is the color temperature. So on the orange one here, it has a temperature of 4000 to 5000 Kelvin, which is more of a warm to neutral light. And on this black one here, it has a temperature of 5700 to 6700 Kelvin, which is a bit more of a cool white light. Both really nice lights from Olight. Really slim, has a nice pocket clip, fits really well in the pocket. Great for EDC. Alright, moving on. I have a light here from ThruNite. This is the ThruNite TT20. You can see there. This is quite a bit larger light than the other ones we've looked at so far, and it does have a couple of different ways in which it can be activated. So it has a side switch here, but it does also have a tail switch here at the bottom. So by using the tail switch, it will put it directly into turbo. So if you need quick access to turbo, you can do that really easily. Or if you just want to use a normal light, you single press the side switch here. It will turn it on to whatever the last mode you had it on was, and then by pressing and holding, let's see here, by pressing and holding, it will slowly increase in what's called the ramp. And then once it gets to the top, it will flash, press and hold again, and it will slowly decrease. And then it will flash once it gets to the lowest mode. And then whichever, if you want to stop there, you just let go, turn it off, turn it on again, it will remember the mode you were previously in. Really nice light from ThruNite. This one does come with a belt sheath as well, but it does have a nice pocket clip included that you can use to carry in your pocket, or just clip that directly onto your belt if you'd like. Alright, moving on, we have another light from Wurkkos. This is the Wurkkos TS21. This is the first Wurkkos light that I purchased. And this one does also, same as the HD20 I was mentioning earlier, does also have the reverse charging capability. So using the port here on the back, you can use it to charge other devices. This one doesn't have a tail switch, just has a side button here. Single press to turn on, press and hold to ramp up brightness, and then press and hold to go back down. Has a nice pocket clip here. Just a really nice flashlight from Wurkkos. It is a bit bigger in size, but feels great in the hand, and actually fits in the pocket not too bad either. Alright, moving on. Next, I have another light here from ThruNite. This is the ThruNite W1 with a special edition of the Black Scout Survival, so the BSS W1. This is a really nice little light from ThruNite. It does use micro USB charging, which is not the greatest, but still works fine. Just has a side switch here. Single press to turn on, press and hold, and it will cycle through the different light levels. Has a pretty nice deep carry pocket clip here with a loop over. Great size, nice and small, really great for EDC. I do enjoy this light quite a bit. Next, I have a light here from Fenix. This is the Fenix LD22. Now this light is quite long compared to the other ones we've seen so far, and it does have a side switch here and tail switch. To use this, you do have to turn it on using the tail switch, and then if you want to cycle through the different modes, you use the side switch here. So just a single click will cycle through the different light levels, and then to turn off, just press the tail switch again once more. It does have a pocket clip here, a belt clip, and I do believe this one came with a like a belt sheath, but I don't typically use that one on this light. So yeah, this is the Fenix LD22, a great light from Fenix. All right, next here I've got another light from Wurkkos. This is the Wurkkos FC12. This one is in purple. The reason I picked purple is just because a lot of the time flashlights seem to come in black or orange or gray or something like that, so I thought it would be fun to get a really bright colored flashlight. This one has a side switch here and tail switch on the back. To use it, you have to turn on the tail switch, and then to change the mode, single click on the side switch here. And then to turn it off, click the tail switch once more. Really nice flashlight from Wurkkos. A bit more of a tactically inspired light having the tail switch here, but still can be used for EDC. Alright, let's see here. Next, I've got another light from Fenix. This is the Fenix E20. I really like this light. This one just uses 2 AA's, I believe, but user interface is really nice to use. So it does have a nice pocket clip here on the side, and then is activated through the tail switch here. The tail switch is really nice, so single click to turn on, and then to cycle through the different modes, you just do a kind of a soft click or a half click, and it won't make a clicking noise, but it will. You can kind of feel it, just really softly, and then it will cycle through the different modes. Really nice light from Fenix. I do have another light that is similar to this. It does not state in this case, as there wasn't enough room when I filled it, but I'll bring it out now to show you because it does function very similarly. This is the Fenix E12. I'll bring the E20 back in just for comparison's sake. This one works exactly the same as the E20. Has the tail switch here, obviously much smaller. Sometimes you can even use it, activate it with your index finger. Click once to turn on, soft press to cycle through. Really nice light from Fenix. I do really enjoy that user interface. Alright, let's see. Here I've got the Olight i5T. This is similar to the i5R from Olight. I'll bring that back in again. They look identically the same. I do believe I forgot to mention this, but the only difference is that the i5R uses a rechargeable battery. It is a AA size battery, so if it does run out, you can, I believe, put in a AA, but it uses the rechargeable. I'll take that out to show you, as it is a proprietary rechargeable battery. AA size, and then just size, and then has the USB-C port here on the side for the i5R. The only difference between this one and the i5T is that the i5T is not rechargeable, so it just uses a AA, which does mean that the output is a little bit lower on this one versus on the i5R, but still a great EDC flashlight. Alright, getting to the end of the case here. Next up, I have the Olight Warrior 3. Now they have released a newer version of this, the Warrior 3S, but this is the first one that I had purchased. Really nice light, more of a tactical light. It does come with a pocket clip, which I currently have removed, and it also has a belt sheath. You can see here it has a fairly aggressive crenulated bezel, has a side switch as well as a tail switch. So the tail switch can be used to activate, get access to the high mode by doing a half press, and then the turbo mode by doing a full press, which, as you can see, is quite bright. And then to access the other modes, you can use that using the side switch. Single click turns it on, press and hold will cycle through. Really great tactical light from Olight. Alright, another light similar to that one is the Warrior Mini 2. Now there is also a new version of this light that was released not too long ago, the Warrior Mini 3, but I do really enjoy this light. It has a tail switch and a side switch, operates very similarly to the Warrior 3, tail switch to access turbo and high, and then the side switch to access the rest of the modes. It does have a bit of a bezel here, as you can see, but not nearly as aggressive as on the Warrior 3. Alright, here we've got the Olight i5T Plus. Very similar to the other lights that I mentioned, just longer, and so also has a bit more power, as this uses 2 AA batteries. Uses the tail switch here, click once to turn on, and then off and on again to increase the mode. Really nice slim light from Olight. And then the last light that I have in this case here is another one from Fenix. This is the Fenix TK16. This is really one of my favorite lights in my collection. I guess it would maybe have been one of the more expensive lights that I purchased, but I really enjoy the user interface on this. So first we'll take a look around. We have the pocket clip here. It's not a super deep carry, but it does work quite well. You do have a bezel here on the end with these, I believe they're ceramic ball bearings, so if you need to break glass or break a window or something like that, you're able to do so with this. Now moving to the back, you can see here you have the tail switch, and then there's a secondary switch here. So to turn on the light, you need to use this button here, which is a little bit, let's see if I can show that on camera, a little bit more raised. And then to change the modes, you use the secondary button. So I'll show you how that works. Press the bigger button once to turn on, and then the smaller button to cycle through the different modes. Really nice light from Fenix, one of my favorites in my collection. A bit more tactically inspired, but you can still use it for EDC. Alright, a couple more lights here that I have are not in this case because there just wasn't enough room for them. The first one is the Olight Warrior X Turbo. I did get this one in one of the mystery boxes that Olight does from time to time, so I was able to save a bit of money in the long run by getting this one, which I was really happy about. But it's a really nice light. It has a very wide lens here, not super aggressive bezel, but does have the bezel there, and is all activated through the tail switch. There's just two modes, a low and then a turbo mode. So to access half press for the low mode, which really isn't that low, it's still quite bright, and full press for the turbo, which as you can see is extremely bright. And it is a throwing light, so if I can kind of see on my shirt here, it does have a really hot center. Not very much spill, although there is still a bit of a ring around there. Alright, another light, kind of similar to the Warrior X Turbo. Another light that is, its specialty is to throw light to further away if you're trying to see things far off in the distance. This is the Wurkkos TS11. This is a newer addition to my collection, and I really like it. It comes in orange, which is my favorite color, and it also has these auxiliary lights. So as you can see now, I have it set as green for both the main flashlight and the button, but you can change these. You can change it to yellow, blue, red, cyan, pink, rainbow, cycling, all sorts of different options. To turn it on, just a single press. And then to rotate through the different light levels, you just press and hold and it will go up. Once you reach the top, press and hold again, it will go down. Again, it is a more throwy light, so you can see here it has a very hot center on my shirt, which means that if you're trying to see something far away or shine it off into the distance, it works very well for that. The last flashlight I have here is one of my favorites in my collection, but it's also quite different than any other light in my collection. And this is a light from Emisar. Sometimes it's called Emisar, Noctagon, or sometimes the common name is Hank lights, as Hank is the name of the person who makes these. So this light, you can see here, the name of this is called the D4S V2. It does also have the auxiliary lights, similar to the other Wurkkos I just showed you. So right now I have it set at the cyan light. The reason that these lights are so different and so unique compared to the rest is that they're very customizable. So when you go to the site, which is INTL Outdoors, you can choose essentially custom pick and choose what kind of light you want. So you can choose the emitter, you can choose what light temperature you want, how many lumens you want, that kind of thing. And then once you receive the light, it does operate on the Anduril 2.0 software, so it's even more customizable. I won't go into that now, but if you're interested in that, feel free to look it up. Essentially, you can customize it to whatever function you want it to use and however it best suits your needs. Really unique and interesting light, and one of my favorites in my entire collection. So that's my flashlight collection. Well, at least it's almost everything. There probably are a few lights that are laying around, maybe in my bag, maybe in a couple pouches, that kind of thing. Another thing that I haven't included in this video is keychain lights. I do have quite a lot of keychain lights, especially from Olight, because oftentimes you can get them for free with your order. So I haven't included those here because I do have quite a lot of them. Maybe at some point in the future I'll share some from Olight. I have some from Lumentop as well, and a couple other manufacturers. But that's it. Let me know what you think. What is your favorite flashlight if you have one? Or do you have a flashlight collection? Are you starting to grow one? Let me know what your favorite lights are. Let me know what you think about the lights that I have in my collection. And stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day.